Yeah, what is good, YouTube? What is good, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Persona, gaming with Persona, and one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And listen, guys, it's a lot of gaming content coming to the channel. You feel me? We got a lot of things on the horizon. If you missed it, man, definitely check out my state of play review that I put up on the channel earlier today. Today being Sunday. And now we about to do this Final Fantasy XVI trailer breakdown. Now listen, man, I have been fiending for this game for a very, very, very long time, and I think for a lot of us we have, right? So when the trailer finally got confirmed, and it got confirmed that it was definitely gonna be out there and whatnot, and we was gonna see this trailer, I was excited, man. If you watch my live reactions, you know I was over the moon, man. As soon as I seen Yoshi P show up on that stage, or show up sitting on the couch, I should say, I was hyped. I was hyped. I was excited. I couldn't wait, man. I knew PlayStation and Square wasn't gonna let us down. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I've watched this trailer maybe 35, maybe 40 times now since Thursday. I'm not kidding either. I've really watched this trailer over and over and over because it really is an amazing trailer. Right? Like, this trailer is amazing. I seriously can't wait to play this game. Summer 2023 can't get here quick enough. But one of the first things that I do want to do is let's watch the trailer, and then we are going to break this down after the fact. You feel me? So sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it.
Who are we? What are the dominants? The power we wield, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us. It unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon.
There's going to be another war, isn't there?
Every day we delay brings us closer to disaster. We must move now.
The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss.
I unite the dominants, that we may bring an end to the strife, and found a new order to see us unto tomorrow.
If I take the field, our duel will shake the island to its foundations.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Awaken, child of fate. Awaken, Ifrit.
Summer 2023. Oh boy. I think I speak for everyone when I say wow. Uh, this trailer really is amazing. Like, I still get goosebumps every time I watch this trailer, right? One of my favorite parts is actually a little bit later towards the end. Well, the whole thing is my favorite. But one of the things that stood out to me the most that I really enjoyed about the craftsmanship of this trailer and how this trailer was kind of built out was when they were showing the dominants and the icons and showing their names, and the choir was kind of saying the names and it was showing it and it was matching the flow of the music. I'm just like, yo, this part is so fire. Yo, that part had me super hyped, man. But all right, let's get into this, man. Let's talk about this, and let's really dissect this, right? So we do know that Joshua is one of the dominants, right? And even here it says, in a world ruled by tyranny and turmoil, there are those who would fight to take back control of their fate, right? So there's a couple of things that we hear Clive say in the trailer in terms of like not wanting to be a puppet, so to speak, right? Meaning, like, listen, the dominants are definitely, not the dominants, but the icons are definitely in control, so to speak, right? They're definitely weighing on the dominants' life force, if you will, right? And they're definitely stressed out. They're definitely like, their lifespans are not that long. A dominant's lifespan is not that long. So Clive is tired of that. And rightfully so. Listen, man, if I was a dominant and I had one of these icons in me, and every time I turned into this icon, I lose a bit of my life force and shave like 5 or 10 years off my life, I'd be kind of pissed off too. You feel me? But I one thing I do like about this trailer as well is the fact that it does a good job of conveying the danger. It does a good job of conveying the obvious problem that we're going to be encountering when we play this game. The war, the way things are, like that status quo, trying to break that status quo. Got these warring nations, right? Everyone's got a dominant who has an icon and whatnot. It does a good job of selling that. Shout out to Benedicta though, right? So we found out that Benedicta is going to be, she is the Garuda. She holds the Garuda icon, and Garuda looks amazing, by the way. She looks very beautiful. She holds the Garuda icon, and Benedicta. We found out over the week as well from the official Final Fantasy XVI Twitter that she is going to be joining Clive on his journey. Now I know there's been a bit of worry that some people, which I don't really understand personally speaking, but I know there've been quite a few people that were worried that you really would only be playing as Clive and didn't really have like no party or anything like that. I know a lot of people had some issues with that. I don't know why. Like, if the story is built properly and based on what I'm seeing here, it's like it's gonna be a lot of things to do, a lot of things going on. I don't really see there a need to be a party. There has to be a party system, especially if that's not this type of story they're trying to build. But when we look at Clive and his abilities, which we'll see in a little bit, he's wielding a lot of the icon's abilities. So I feel like he's going to be meeting a lot of people on his journey and having a lot of interactions, right? But let's continue, right? So Garuda, she looks amazing. Shout out to Ifrit. Ifrit looking like a beast. Bahamut looking like a beast. And we see that war. They go Titan looking beastly. Shout out to Square. Shout out to Yoshi P. So this right here is Clive, and I forgot Shorty name. But this looks like, I think this here is early story, right? Where you know what, matter of fact, I wanna make sure I get their names right. So you know what, let me pull up the official, because I forgot Shorty's name and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to y'all. I want to make sure I get their names right. So let's go to the official Final Fantasy 16 and the characters. Here we go. Make sure we get the names right. Joshua, Jill Warwick. That's her name, right? So that's Jill Warwick, right? And she, her and Clive are sharing a intimate, not, I don't want to say an intimate moment, but it's definitely one of those very story driven moments. Like, it's definitely going to be a specific conversation that's being had here. You know, they're talking about going to war again, which obviously she doesn't want to go to war, but you know, it's inevitable, right? You know, especially in the world that they live in, what's going on, it's inevitable. It can't be helped. But she seems like a very peace going, like, oh no, man, we got to go to war again. So I can't wait to see like how that kind of leads up and what's going on there. But I think that's pretty dope, right? So I'm trying to figure out who this is. And on the website, it doesn't have him listed, right? So that might be like this might be a character that's, I feel like he's definitely important to the story. But he's also in red. So he's definitely, I think at least, he's a part of Joshua's camp or you know, kingdom or whatever. At least that's how I feel. At least, you know, I feel like because he's just wearing red, we know that, you know, Joshua and those people, they also wear red as well. I feel like he might have some type of significance there, but he also might be a part of the different kingdom. Like there might be an Ifrit kingdom or something like that. But the reason why I also think that too is because if you look at his what do they call it, his lapel or his collar or whatever you want, not a collar, I think it's a lapel or whatever you call it. If you look on his shirt, that looks like fire. That looks like some type of flame or something like that, right? So I feel like that's, you know, he might be a part of that nation with the Phoenix or with the Ifrit or whatever the case may be. You know, I'm getting that type of vibe, man. But I definitely feel like he's gonna have some type of significance to the story. Real talk, he might even turn out to be like the Dark Ifrit or something like that, like, or some crazy shit that might be going on. You feel me? Let's continue though. Now this scene right here, I think is really dope, right? Because when I first saw this looked just like a fighting game. I'm like, oh wow, this looks very, very different than what we normally are used to when it comes to a Final Fantasy game, a mainline game, right? So which I like. I think this is a welcome addition. It's much more cinematic, right? You're going up against an Imperial Lancer. This is a much more cinematic thing, but I can appreciate, you know, how Yoshi P and team are kind of building out this more cinematic, story-driven experience where even the more important fights within the game are going to feel cinematic and feel, you know, really be pretty involved, right? I thought this was pretty cool. You're like, get up off me. You see, we see him again, man. There's a reason we keep seeing this guy, man. There's a reason we keep seeing this guy, and I was right. He actually is, because there you go. You see Joshua right there. And you see old boy, this is old boy from the first trailer where when the fire started erupting from the ground and he was like, it's in fire, but that's impossible. That's him. So, you know, I was right. So, you know, shout out to me. And listen, this is probably something that was recognized in the first, recognized already, but I'm just noticing that now, you feel me? But, you know, I feel like there's some significance here. There's definitely some significance here because he's standing right next to Joshua. Is this Clive and Joshua's dad or something like that? Like, or their older brother or some crazy stuff, like, who knows, right? But he's definitely got some significance to this story, I feel. Now here goes the juicy parts. Pause. Right? I want to slow this down just a little bit. Just a little bit, because these are the things that I love about Final Fantasy. And oh boy, listen, I know there's been this huge debate about turn-based versus action RPGs, especially with Final Fantasy. You get a lot of the old school Final Fantasy crowd, right? And listen, I love turn-based RPGs. I love turn-based Final Fantasy games, right? I think they're amazing. But this is something that I was saying earlier this week when I was in a Twitter space where I said, you know, Final Fantasy hasn't been traditional turn-based since Final Fantasy X and X-2, right? Because when you look at 11, 12, 13, those weren't traditional turn-based RPGs, right? And then when you even go further than that with 13, 14, 15, Final Fantasy VII remake, none of those are traditional turn-based RPGs. Now Final Fantasy VII remake does a good job of kind of incorporating an ATB system into its combat, but it's still very much a hybrid of an action RPG, right? With a strategic twist. You get what I'm saying? So with Final Fantasy 16, I don't know why anybody thought that or expected this game or expected Yoshi P or anyone to go back to that turn-based style of combat. As much as I love that, I definitely did not think, or even really, I don't even suggest that Square should do that, because really, if you're trying to sell this game, if you really, well, one, I feel like the Final Fantasy series has outgrown that that turn-based era, right? I love the old games having that, I think are great, but I think when it comes to a newer age of Final Fantasy like we're having now, I don't think a traditional turn-based style is really what this series needs to go back to moving forward. I think the action-based combat is perfect, especially with 16 and what we're seeing here, with having the Devil May Cry combat designer being the lead on this game in terms of building out the combat and the mechanics. I definitely see a lot of that Devil May Cry essence when it comes to this combat. Very fast-paced, very flashy, very combo driven, right? Which I love, which I can appreciate, right? But I really do personally think that when it comes to the combat of Final Fantasy, there is no going back to turn-based. It's either going to be a hybrid like what we have in Final Fantasy VII Remake, or it's going to be straight up action, especially if you're trying to captivate a larger audience and trying to, really keep this game as being as high class as it is and selling the millions that it sells, right? This game is going to sell millions. I don't think people understand that. This game is about to do stupid numbers. So in terms of the whole, turn-based versus action, I think Final Fantasy has outgrown that. Now, again, because I know it's the rumor of the Final Fantasy IX remake, that might be a traditional too, like 7. I don't think that's going to be turn-based at all either, but we'll see. So this combat though, man, listen, the flashiness of this combat, I think looks amazing, right? When we look and we see Clive out here wrecking these soldiers, I love it, man. I love it. This is the stuff that I love to see, and I really can appreciate that Yoshi P and the team are really putting some real good thought into this combat, man. Like, it really does look like it's fun, right? And if you look at the top, you see the perks, right? Which, I'm not sure how that plays into this combat. Let me see if I can move it off screen and if it'll show up again, right? But if, you can see like the perks at the top, right? And then like you see like here at the bottom, you see different little moves. So Scarlet Cyclone, Rising Flames, Jump, Phoenix Shift, right? So there's going to be a lot of different moves and abilities that you're going to be using in this game, which I think is going to be fire, right? We already said, and I already said that, I'll point it out later, that you can use the other icons' abilities, right? So being able to kind of interchange those abilities and create some stupid combos, I can't wait to get my hands on that and really get in the game and start doing some combos. Y'all know I'm gonna be posting up some crazy combos on the screen. And then another thing that I'm just noticing here as well, you see this right here, will break, right? So I'm wondering if will break is kind of like a guard break, not necessarily a stagger, but a guard break, right? So shout out to Bari. I know Bari pointed this out in his trailer breakdown, but there is a stagger bar, which I'll show later on in the trailer as well. So there is a stagger bar and a stagger meter, right? But seeing this will break, I feel like will break is more of like if an enemy is guarding and they guard too long and you break their guard, like a guard break. I feel like that's what it is. But obviously we'll have to wait till we get into the full game and see what's up. But I think that looks really dope, right? And then, we got a nice scene here. Yo, check this painting. Check out this painting in the background. And is that Bahamut up there? Is that Bahamut? That look like Muhammad up there. It might not be. It might be. Who knows? I don't know. I feel like this painting looks really like this is a really, really beautiful painting, honestly. But you know, this is clearly a different royal family and a different kingdom that we in right now. We see a kid right there. We see clearly this is the king. You see his little scepter and whatnot. Let's speed it up a little bit. I want to speed it up just a bit. Who is that? Who is that? They showing you a lot of characters, man. Who is this? Is this a dominant? Is this another dominant? Like, we don't, you know, there is no mention of this character on the character sheet, but it's clear that this character might have some significance. Who is that? Is this a dominant? Is this the king's right hand? Who is this? The king's older son? They showed a lot of characters in this game that really have me intrigued, man. Another combat sequence. So this is something I want to point out as well with the combat, right? So like I said earlier, clearly there's going to be different, you can use the other dominance abilities, right? So if we look up here on the top left, we see Titan's ability, we see Phoenix, and we see Shiva. Or is that Garuda? It might be Shiva or Garuda. I think that's Shiva. So clearly you're going to be able to use the other dominance ability, the other icons abilities or the summons abilities, right? So my thing is, I'm thinking we're going to be going to kingdom and fighting these other dominants, like you'll see later when you fight Hugo Koopa, who's the Titan dominant. But I also think we're going to be teaming up with some of these other dominants, and how it may work is, like, you know, it might be like Rogue, where if you touch another dominant, you take their powers or some craziness. Who knows? Or they might willingly give you a piece of their power, their life force, so that you could then use. Who knows how it's going to work? All I do know is that, you know, there is going to be a lot of different abilities and things that you will be able to use, and you can switch this up on the fly, as you'll see here, where he's doing, you know, he's fighting this enemy and he's as the Titan, and like, oh my god, bro, look at that, bro. Collateral upheaval ×4 ability finish. Oh my god, man. So here's the stagger. You see the stagger there, right? That is the stagger bar. And again, shout out to Bari, because Bari pointed that out as well. That's the stagger bar right there. And so, you know, if you combo in the hell out of an enemy and you doing the right mix-ups, that stagger bar gonna pick up quick. You feel me? Then you know, we see Odin. Now that's Shiva, and that's Ramu. So yeah, so the green one was Garuda. So this is Odin, Shiva, and Ramu. And I don't know what this bar is. I'm curious to see what this bar is particularly. Also, these 3 bars here at the top, right? These look like ATB. Actually, these 3 bars remind me of Final Fantasy 13, because I remember in Final Fantasy 13 you had to build up your attack meter, right? And then you could use your attack. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be the same exact thing here, but what I think this might be is your the way you can use, like, it might be like summoning bars, where like you may turn into Odin, or Odin might come out, and this is like your bar for that, right? Or it might be, because if we look here at the bottom, we see Arm of Darkness, right? Which is one of Odin's abilities. This might be the meter for you to use one of your icons' ultimate abilities or something like that. This might be the meter for that, right? But these 3 bars are definitely really, 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 really interesting. Ooh, got him staggered. My man is hurting. My man is hurting. Ooh, give it to him. And obviously he's using a different weapon, which I'm very happy about. He's using a staff here, and he's just going in. Well, actually, it's a part of Odin's ability, because if you look at it, he's using Gungunner. Down here, you see that bar kind of filling up, which I think this looks amazing. Now, I don't think this is Clive. I actually think this might be the dude in red. I don't know. I just don't feel like this is Clive. Now it might be Clive. It might be, especially now that we know that Benedicta, she is going to be, partnering. You will partner up with her at some point. Again, that's what Final Fantasy 16 Twitter confirmed. She will be accompanying you on your journey at some point. So it might be them. But again, those more intimate scenes. Here's a choreo, right? And there go the Shiva abilities. Oh, listen, man. The combat in this game is so gorgeous, man. It's so gorgeous, so sexy. Get that cold snap. Get that electricity. Jesus Christ, man. And then you see how he switched abilities super quick like that, right? Like I said, guys, you're gonna be able to do some pretty nasty mix-ups here once you get the combat down, because he goes from Shiva to Phoenix. You're gonna see, right? So he's doing aerial spin, right? And then he switched it. You see how he switched up here and he switched it to Phoenix using L2. Listen, man, you're gonna be doing some crazy combos in here, guys. Guys, wait till the full game comes out. Your boy is gonna be doing some nasty mix-ups. Boy, oh boy, Clive, I can't wait to get you in my hands. Pause, because I'm gonna be doing some crazy combos. Again, look at the Curial. You see he's got a stagger bar, right? So there's two sections of the bar. He got him down to the first one, and my man is staggered, and he is hitting him with that nasty damage. And again, like I said, this game does a good job of like selling like the war, these warring nations and things is going crazy right now. So this is Hugo Koopa. Like, listen, man, that's a that Hugo Koopa, that's a big boy. You understand? That's a big boy. Very, very scary looking. I ain't gonna front, man. My man's is very scary looking. And then this is you fighting him. This is you fighting Hugo, and he's kind of like utilizing the abilities. He's not like in full icon mode. It's kind of like he's like in like this smaller form, and you're fighting him. This looks kind of crazy though, because the fact that you're going to be having these type of, like I said, cinematic intimate battles, I think is really dope, man. And Hugo, he looks like a beast, man. He looks like a beast. There go big boy. There go big boy Titan. There go Shiva. So we don't know who Shiva's dominant is. We don't know who Shiva's dominant. We don't know Ramuh's dominant. Bahamut's dominant. Odin's dominant. Yo, I know like this battle right here, bruh. This battle between Ifrit and oh my god, it hit. You see how we hit him with that craziness, boy? Jesus Christ. Hit him with that hellfire, boy. And watch, Phoenix's life is gonna melt, boy. Yeet! That fight gonna be so dope to see. So who is this? We don't know who this is. I know Bari was saying that this might be Titan going into like some type of ultimate form, which it could be, right? Because if we look at him here, he look like he getting some he powering up on some crazy shit right here. Like, he do look kind of scary. So it could be him, but I don't know. I feel like this might be somebody else, man. I don't know. I just think this might be somebody else, and clearly they're healing. And boom! Oh my god, man, this game is gonna be so amazing. Yo, Shiva looks so amazing, bruh. Garuda. Hey, yo, Garuda look crazy. Hey, yo, man, I'm telling you, these icon battles are gonna be so amazing. They go Bahamut versus Odin. Look at that. Look at that, bruh. So beautiful. This game is gonna be amazing, guys. Yes, there's some craziness going on. Now, this is my theory. This is my theory, because Ramuh and this dude right here, they look fairly similar, man. They kind of, I don't know. For some reason, I feel like you know, Ramu might this king might be Ramu. I don't know. That's just how I feel, man. You know, he got the bluish type of cup, right? Although he's got like these leaves around him. This might be Garuda's kingdom. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know, man. I feel, one of these kings is definitely going to be one of these icons. I just know it. One of these like rulers. Okay, Phoenix, Garuda, Benedicta, Shiva, Odin, Bahamut, Ifrit. Amazing. Oh my god. Yo, this game, man. I love watching this trailer so much. I love it. I love it so much. So this part here, I want you guys to hear this part. I want you guys to hear this part. Hold up. So it's two Ifrits. One is a dark or an evil Ifrit, and one is a light or like a good or the normal Ifrit, right? So something is messing up the balance. Something is messing up the balance within the icons, because it shouldn't be two Ifrits. There really shouldn't be two Ifrits. So the fact that there's two Ifrits is disrupting the order, the natural order of things. And oh my god, that uppercut is crazy. What? Yo, look how he did my mans, boy. How you gonna do my mans like that though? Come on now. Ifrit number one. You can't do Ifrit number two like that. Look and then look at him, man. He put all his force into that. Hey, yo, listen. Two Ifrits, it ain't making no sense. Something not adding up. That means there is an apex predator amongst the bunch. Having another Ifrit around in the natural order of things with these icons, there is an apex predator on the field. This Ifrit should not be here. Why is this Ifrit here? How did he come to be? So many questions, guys. There are so many questions this trailer has, so many more questions this trailer has raised, but it also has gotten me that much more hyped and excited for this game. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. Summer of 2023. Man, guys, I'm telling you, that wait is gonna be so tough. It's gonna be so tough. But it's also gonna be well worth it, guys. I know it is. So yeah, man, that is Final Fantasy 16, man, trailer breakdown. Listen, State of Play was a phenomenal. What a way to start off Summer Game Fest. I love this. I love this game. I love this game already, man. I haven't even touched it, and I already love the game. I can't wait. Final Fantasy 16 coming out summer 2023. But listen, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How you feeling about the trailer? Are you picking up this game day one? I want to know it all, man. What are some of your theories about the dominance and the icons and about some of these characters? I definitely want to know. Right? So listen, guys, this being your boy Persona, I really do appreciate you guys coming through. And if you enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and keep it locked here on Gaming with Persona's YouTube channel. We're gonna have more trailer breakdowns. We're gonna do live reactions of the Summer Game Fest, the Xbox Bethesda showcase, talk about Call of Duty reveal and whatnot. It's gonna be a lot more content coming to the channel. So stay tuned, guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you guys next time. We out. Peace.